a young couple earning about 12 lakh rupees as a family. They had a daughter about 2 years old. One of the leading banks had sold them a ULIP policy for their daughter's protection and telling that it's a health insurance plus term insurance plus investments plan. And all of us know ULIP is not like that. They were very stressed. They couldn't surrender the policy also. 40 to 50% of that margin goes to the bank that it is selling the insurance. 70-75% on Hospi Cash as a product to the distributor.
70 to 75%.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
And to
that's
think of it,
again,
I've actually bought this. I've bought this once for my mom.
personally, I have done it this, and that's the reason it's my top favorite. When I bought my house in Bombay, these bad financial products exist because people are buying it and someone is selling it. Okay. Why this is happening? Because the people who are buying it does not have the knowledge that it is not a great product altogether. The companies are able to sell this just because they are able to give the highest amount of commissions. Manufacturing of bad financial products, commission-based sales, is something that will stop.
Welcome back to Chasing Impact. This is part 2, Dhande Ki Baat, of our second episode with Harsh Soni, founder and CEO of NIVO Money. Harsh, thank you so much for doing this and taking out the time on a Sunday afternoon. In the previous part, just to quickly recap what happened for folks who have just joined in, you shared your experience of building, of working in probably one of the, sorry, yeah. You share your experience of working in the investment banking industry and handling some of the largest IB transactions in the country, including DMart IPO, LIC IPO, Nika, and a few other transactions, right? And from there, you transitioned into working with a fintech, moving your entire base from Mumbai to Bangalore, and working for a fintech called Slice, wherein you handled a transaction which is probably one of the most unique transactions that happened in fintech to date, is merging a fintech with a bank, which was Northeastern Small Finance Bank, if I'm not wrong. And from there, you stepped down and started building something of your own. I'm sure our audiences is going to find that really interesting and inspiring. Folks who haven't seen it yet, you can probably see the link somewhere here on the screen. Click on it, go back and come back, and we'll wait for you. Thank you for joining us. And now that you're back, Harsh, over to you. NIVO Money, right? The concept that you said, you're trying to build something to change the way India handles personal finance and allocates their money, invests their money, and so on. So let's start with the name. What's the origin story of the name?
So this is very interesting. So my wife's name is Nilisha, my daughter's name is Naisha, and my son's name is Neil. I'm the only
Okay.
odd one out. So I always wanted something which starts with N, the name of my company, because personally I
Gotcha.
think this is my third baby. So, so I wanted a name with a very unique sort of unique sort of meaning also, and obviously it has to start with N. So
Interesting.
NIVO, it's pronounced as NIVO. It's the abbreviation for new voice. The
Okay.
way
New
we think
voice.
new
Yeah.
voice. The way I think about it is that I'm a new voice for Indian families to make their money stress free. That's the
Understood.
way. Yeah, it's a very unique name, and the best part with that name was when you are building a company or starting a company, one of the biggest problem statements that you will face is finding a very unique name and finding the
True,
domain
true,
of
true.
those names also.
Domain is a real pain.
Yeah, so domain.
Indeed.
So for
Yeah.
me, this was a very unique name. Nothing there globally is there with that name. Some people pronounce it as NIVO. We pronounce it as NIVO.
NIVO.
Just simple. Yeah, that's the story for the name.
Perfect. Very, very interesting story, a unique concept, and a noble cause. Uh, Coming to the cause, right? what is the mission and the vision behind this, right? What did you have in mind when you started building? What problem statement and what is the mission that you're trying to solve for?
Got it. So, when during my last 1 year at Slice, I was focusing a lot on the branch businesses, the
Mm-hmm.
way the branch businesses are built, and what actually finally goes into running a bank branch. So I
Right.
was trying to talk to a lot of customers in Northeast and otherwise in other parts of the country also, trying to
Mm-hmm.
get into that how you can build because for us it was a new sort of area that we were entering into. So I was
Mm-hmm.
leading that whole thing. When I started to talk to a lot of these customers and a lot of people in general, specifically Indian families, in trying to understand their pain points,
Mm-hmm.
what one thing that came out is that all of them are very stressed while buying any financial products. They are not
Right.
very clear that whether they have the right financial product, and majority of these financial products are sold to them via the bank branches.
Mm-hmm.
And in majority of the cases that I found was that the product was not right for them. So
Mm-hmm.
just to give you an example, a young couple earning about 12 lakh rupees
Mm-hmm.
as a family, they had a daughter about 2 years old, and one of the leading banks, had sold them a ULIP policy for their daughter's protection, and telling that it's a health insurance plus term insurance plus investments plan. The
Right.
pitch was that, and all of us know ULIP is not like that. It has some bit of term insurance, but it is
Mm-hmm.
purely a investment product linked to the market. And that was one of the biggest eye opener for me, that how financial products are being sold in India. And
True. True.
they were very stressed. They couldn't surrender the policy also because it required, I think, 5 years of period. They, because of the money that they had, they are not able to do any other new investments.
Mm-hmm.
Now they don't have. They only had about 2-3 lakh rupees of health insurance coverage from their company. So all in all, I think if you look at it, they are the most unprotected from any financial mishap that had happened.
True.
Plus, the compounding, or they could have made better goal-based plan
Mm-hmm.
specifically for their future and for their daughter's future. That also did not happen.
Right.
Just that they lost whatever 3-4 years, and they will lose another 2 years. So this is
Mm-hmm.
a problem statement stuck for me. And when my daughter was also born in 2019, I also came across this problem. I was trying to do a systematic way of investment for her, did a huge amount
Mm-hmm.
of research, and in all this internet research, now the thing came out is that buy this Sukanya Samriddhi, or buy this, child fund, child children fund. There is no clarity, and there is no, clarity of the execution, that why should I do this? No one is telling me that, or either I go and hire a proper financial advisor and then he's able to do it for me. So that, in my view, I think was a very big sort of eye opener. So that's
Right.
what, as a problem, I decided to pick and to solve it. That's what my vision and mission is as of now. Just one line, if I say it, making money stress free for Indian families. That's about it.
No, perfect. I think this essentially is a very pertinent problem, and the real danger of this is that half of the people don't even know that they are getting the wrong information or they are being sold the wrong piece. So, not knowing is a bigger challenge. Then, knowing and seeking out is a second layer of problem to solve. And I think this is where it kind of, solutions like NIVO will really come into play. So, what essentially have you built? Take us through a user journey. If I am a user, if I'll come into your platform, what will I experience? How will I
Yeah.
experience it?
Sure. So, we launched the first part of our business, or the first stage of the business, which was about insurance. We
Mm-hmm.
were trying to focus on health insurance and term insurance.
Mm-hmm.
These were, again, the first focus was helping the customers understand if they have the right policy or not. So
Okay.
we have a chatbot on our website where if a customer can just upload their current health insurance policy, they get
Mm-hmm.
analysis within 30 seconds whether that insurance policy, what are the issues in that insurance policy. It's a very simple
Mm-hmm.
product. It's a very simple journey. And again, for us, this was more of a question that I wanted to ask myself and to the people that
Mm-hmm.
whether the problem that I'm going after is the right problem or not.
Right.
And that's what I launched as a first product. Got a good amount of customers to use that. Again, not was not selling anything. It was a free tool that
Mm-hmm.
so about 3,000 people checked their health insurance policies. In that,
Oh wow.
about 2,000 people found that their health insurance policies is bad, including
Mm-hmm.
room rent capping and some co-payments and so on and so forth. So,
Mm-hmm.
and again, this was a tool for me to just prove my thesis. So moved on from there. Now we are launching our full-fledged digital platform. What it
Mm-hmm.
does is it's a very simple platform that for a family of let's say husband, wife, or single people also, or with kids, we take their details, basic details, and then finally we create their goal based allocation of each and every goal. So an Indian family, let's say, has what are the key goals that if you think about it, one is their future, which is retirement or financially getting free. The second
Right.
is if they have kids, then planning for their kids. Then what is the emergency and the lifestyle fund that they have. So what we do is we take all these details, we build out a full-fledged, goal-based plan for them, and then we
Mm-hmm.
combine everything, and then give them an overall plan that how they should think about investment in terms of
Right.
which is the product that they should or the asset allocation that should do whether they should do
Mm-hmm.
let's say large caps, gold, international diversification. So we get into a detailed specifics about how to divide the overall asset allocation, and we have developed our own model to rate all the mutual funds, all the investment products internally. So we tell them that
Mm-hmm.
this is what the product that they should buy, and this is the way they should do the investments. But
Makes sense.
now the questions will come is that again, at the end of the day, I'm also doing the same thing, selling insure or whatever investment product or selling one financial product. How I can be unbiased altogether? Like that's a
Right.
very common question that will come. How I'll be different between from others? So
Mm-hmm.
what we have done is for our investment products and for our the way we are doing the financial planning for the customers, we have taken out the bias altogether. I
Mm-hmm.
am not selling any regular mutual funds. I am a registered investment advisor, which
Mm-hmm.
basically takes the fees from the customer only and
Okay.
suggests the plan basis there, and we don't get into that I am getting commission from any of the AMCs or any of the other parties so that I have a biased opinion. So
Makes sense.
everything is built for the customer basis their requirement, basis their goals, and not
Mm-hmm.
basis any bias that I may have of selling any mutual fund altogether.
Understood. Understood. So as of now, from what I understand, one is you're covering the insurance pieces, life, term, and health. And in terms of your investment products, as of now, mutual fund is one. Any other pieces that you are planning to cover in terms of investments?
So we'll cover the end-to-end financial chain, helping the customers invest into global equities also, and so
Okay.
from mutual funds to global equities to giving out whatever that is possible, they can do it on our platform and without any bias, very transparent way. And
Mm-hmm.
the way our main hero product is, we help first do the right asset allocation for the customers. And then
Understood.
our suggestion always is that in this 20%, you can invest in these type of products. Obviously, for you to choose, but we give a final sort of,
Mm-hmm.
suggestions that these are the things you can invest. And then we move out from there, and it's now customer's choice. It becomes customer's choice to do that type of to pick the right product and choose the right product, at least from the list that we have given, so that there is no bias at my end altogether.
Understood. Understood. In terms of in terms of your current stack and how essentially you're building this, how has have you? I mean, how have you leveraged emerging technologies like AI or any other specific tech that you want to talk about?
This is something very close to my heart. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I have always been a finance guy, but I
Mm-hmm.
personally think now I'm not a finance guy. I'm a techie, full-fledged techie. Okay. Last 6 months, I have done the biggest upskill of all times. All like the maximum amount of
Mm-hmm.
upskilling I've done. I used to learn coding at night and do the coding in morning, and this
Okay.
is what I kept doing, kept doing, kept doing. And the way, at least, what AI has done for all of us is it has made people like me who never had any understanding of tech learn new things and build new things on its own.
True.
So personally, the way I look at it is AI is something will not be able to give you or give the customers advice. There are a lot
Mm-hmm.
of AI and robo advisors that are coming up, which I personally think will take a lot of time because AI will
Mm-hmm.
not be able to give advice, personalized advice for the customers,
Right.
and for the requirements. Because every family has unique issues or unique problems that we need to solve. So that will require a little bit of personalization. But AI is being, at least I am using AI at the back end to make my overall operations efficient much and much better.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Makes
products
sense.
that we have built till now, I'll not say that on the back end we have used a lot of AI in terms of doing our work and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, at the front end, it continues to be focused on giving out that personalized and using my experience of 16 years to build
Understood.
out those models.
Understood. So the actual intelligence driving the advisory is still not AI. It's purely your experience and intelligence that's been modeled into predictable outcome based engines.
Absolutely, yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. No, this is super interesting. One thing that we kind of really like to talk about is a larger picture and how the impact is driven at mass for solutions like this, as you said, and as the name suggests of the new podcast, chasing impact. What do you think would be the impact of such a solution if adopted at a scale that you envision it at?
So if, let's say, even 15% of the India, is
Hmm.
uses my product. I'm not going to any very high number. Even 10% uses that my product altogether. The
Right.
way I look at it is two changes will happen.
Hmm.
One, I am able to give out the high quality advice to the customers specifically basis their requirements at an
Hmm.
extremely cheap price. When I say extremely cheap price, the way we think is that this overall advisory and the platform should
Hmm.
not be more than few hundred rupees for an Indian family. We've not decided on
Right.
the pricing right now, so I'm not getting into the specifics. But
Hmm.
that's I'm able to give the best quality advice to the Indian families and at the cheapest possible price. That's the thing one which I think that will happen. But this is
Hmm.
not impact in my view. I think this is just an option, or this is just at least my mission. What
Hmm.
it will lead to is that the manufacturing of bad financial products and
Right.
commission-based sales is something that will stop.
True.
Okay?
True.
If you look at it, very logically, there are bad products in market. All of us know.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
bad financial products, bad somewhere these bad financial products exist because people are buying it and someone is selling it. Okay.
Hmm.
Why this is happening? Because the people who are buying it does not have the knowledge that it is not a great product altogether. And there are better
Right.
products that is available. And the companies are able to sell this just because they are able to give the highest amount of commissions.
Hmm.
So to the people who are selling it on the street. So
Exactly.
I think that is what is the most important thing that it will change. That the manufacturing of bad financial products will stop, the bias of commission will go away, and everyone will be able to get the best financial products. So overall, in my view, the markets will become much more efficient.
Makes sense. And I think that'll probably be for the greater good as well, right? Overall, as an
Yeah.
ecosystem, you will see a more, so I should say, wiser adoption. I mean, a wiser adoption of financial products. And as you rightly pointed out, the root cause of current mis-selling and this mis-selling of bad financial products, as we call it, is in terms partly due to the fact that those are the products that drive higher margins for the manufacturers, and in that chain also higher commissions. So either a newer way will be figured out to drive a slightly higher margin on the existing products, which are much more better for the general population, and a more efficient value chain will be created for those products rather than promoting the products that are currently not that great for the financial health of people, because the demand will completely stop given the advisory that
Correct.
comes in. Brilliant. Uh, what do you see as parallel to this piece in, I mean, this entire problem as well as a solution in the global markets? Have you seen that happen anywhere? Have you seen this impact happen anywhere else in the world as of now?
Yeah, no, if you see the advisory piece,
Hmm.
if you look at it, advisory piece has always been there in global markets, specifically markets like US, where people hire proper financial advisors to
Right.
guide them on their overall finance.
Hmm.
People would have seen in some of these sitcoms, US sitcoms, that I have a
Right.
finance guy. I have a
Hmm.
finance guy. Okay, everyone has a finance guy. Everyone has a financial advisors. People actually rely on them to make their investment. It's
Right.
very, sort of a normal trend in places like your US and Europe. If you
Hmm.
look at it in India also, the financial advisory is something that is not new. Okay, but it
True.
is available to a limited set of people, just because, think from an advisor's perspective. If you have to spend, let's say, half an hour or 1 hour a month for a
Hmm.
person who is, let's say, whose overall investment portfolio is 2 lakh rupees, will you be able to do that? It's not possible, because
Right.
the money that at the end of the day, the advisory, it's all about how much overall AUM that I have, or how much fees I'm getting.
Hmm.
If a customer who has the 2 lakh rupees portfolio will not be able to give like a 15,000, 20,000 rupees fees for a consultation.
Hmm.
So what the way at least we think about our platform is, what we are doing is that the advisory piece which is available on a manual level, we are trying to give this advisory in a much more efficient and a digital manner to everyone that is possible. So that the whole piece of advisory and everything always existed, but we are just making it more efficient. That's about it.
Makes sense. No, I think that is perfect. Having said that, I think probably one of the last questions for the day for you is, before you kind of sign off from the podcast, what would be your you know three advices? For one is for budding entrepreneurs, and second is for people who are looking to kind of manage their money better.
Okay. So budding entrepreneurs, my advice is very simple. Uh, the time is today to start. Like, some of the people are thinking of starting, some have started,
Hmm.
but I think today is the time to start. Just start today. Personally, for me, I always wanted to get into entrepreneurship in some or other manner, but it took me 16 years to get into it, and finally, obviously, I think I always feel that I was late, but it's fine. Start whenever you can.
Right.
So to everyone, I will just say that start today. Uh, with respect to people who are managing their money, my only suggestion is, uh, don't invest basis hype, or don't invest because some influencer is telling you to do this XYZ things. I think do your research and invest with a purpose. That's about it.
Perfect. Uh, so, Harsh, one critical question that comes to my mind, I think, and all of our audiences are like really eager to know, would be that what are the top worst financial products that one can buy today in India market, and how do you identify them, and why are they actually bad? If you can shed some
Okay.
light on
Uh, I can write a book on this topic,
it.
but for given the limited time that we have, I'll go into the, at
Hanji.
least my top three, four favorites. One is
Mm-hmm.
buying a term insurance with your home loan. This
Mm-hmm.
is a very normal, common practice that a term insurance is sold by the same bank you are taking the loan, and
Mm-hmm.
with a pitch that we will reduce 0.1% or 0.2% of your processing fees, and people
Right.
tend to buy that, and that amount gets added to your home loan altogether.
Mm-hmm.
What it does is that that term insurance,
Mm-hmm.
that let's say it's cost about 2 lakh rupees, and that term insurance value keeps going down the way your home loan is going down. So,
Oh, okay.
and the amount that you are paying plus the interest that you are paying on that loan is far higher than a normal term insurance that you could have bought in the market, which you could have
Mm-hmm.
gotten the cover till age of 60, 65. So I think
Okay.
plus the money that you actually pay,
Mm-hmm.
the 40 to 50% of that margin goes to the bank that it is selling the insurance.
Oh,
That's
crazy.
a very common practice, and plus they are
40 to
earning,
50%.
yeah, 40 to 50 is a very common sort of a percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And about the interest also that they're earning on that. I think this is one of the most first financial products. If you're taking home loan, don't buy the same insurance as a one joint product. Buy a simple different term insurance altogether.
Separately kharid lo. Don't buy the bundled
Absolutely.
one.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So
Perfect.
that's
Makes
my one
sense.
of the top favorites. And
Mm-hmm.
personally, I have done this, and that's the reason it's
Mm-hmm.
my top favorite. When I bought my house in Bombay, I've done
Acha.
this.
Okay.
So that's why. Second,
Mm-hmm.
there's a very common sachet products that get sold as a like a sachet insurance products, which is called Hospi Cash. What it
Mm-hmm.
does is, if you are in hospital, then for the days that you are in hospital, you get 2,000, 3,000 rupees per day.
Right.
It's sold as a sachet products primarily by branches, and everyone seems very cheap. Okay, 2,000
Mm-hmm.
rupees, I'll get coverage. It's sold as a health insurance product, which actually is not. And at least what I know is that some of the companies are giving as high as commissions, about 70-75% on Hospi Cash as a product to the distributor.
70 to 75%.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
And to
that's
think of it,
again.
I've actually bought this. I've bought this once for my mom a couple of years back.
हाँ, वो बहुत ही सस्ते में सेल करते हैं ना, वो 1,000 रुपए में से ले
हाँ, दो
लीजिए,
ढाई
इट्स अ
हजार में
ग्रेट.
होता है. Sounds lucrative,
हाँ.
yes.
Yeah, so that's actually sold as health insurance product. It's not. So that's one thing. So
Mm-hmm.
second, third, ULIP. I think ULIP is one very bad product, financial product. Personally, the way at least think of the ULIP has been sold a lot. There are
Mm-hmm.
some plans like guaranteed plans. Then there are some plans like you are mixing a part of uh, investments and you're part of insurance. Personally, structurally, if you look at it, it's a very common product which is being sold in India.
Right.
But structurally, I don't like it. मुझे लगता है कि investments and insurance should always be separate.
True.
Always be separate. And the reason for this being separate is that in investments basis the market, you should be able to change how the way you are actually investing basis the markets. You should maybe move to safer assets and so on and so forth. ULIP doesn't give
Mm-hmm.
you that choice. The second
True.
thing is you should be able to sell your investments even in the bad markets anytime. ULIP has, let's say, 5 years of lock-in period. Plus, you
Mm-hmm.
don't get the right amount of insurance also, and the cost of insurance is bundled in that product. I personally
Right.
find it very confusing as a product. Always keep it separate. This is the third, I think. And last, I think this is my top list. Last one is health insurance with the room rent capping. बहुत ही सिंपल लगता है प्रोडक्ट.
Okay.
ठीक
Mm-hmm.
है, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस होता है, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम.
Right.
बट रूम रेंट कैपिंग में क्या होता है कि आप आपको वो बोलते हैं कि ये सिंगल रूम है. सो
Mm-hmm.
व्हाट इट कम्स इज दैट इफ यू गो इनटू हॉस्पिटल, आप ने बाय चांस आपको बिगर और स्वीट कैटेगरी रूम मिल गया, So
Hmm.
that cost was 7,000 rupees and single room cost was 5,000 rupees. So
Right.
what comes to your mind is कि मुझे 2,000 रुपए पे करना पड़ेगा एक्स्ट्रा, करेक्ट?
Hmm.
बट ऐसा नहीं होता है,
Yeah.
पूरे बिल पे प्रोपोर्शनेटली चार्ज लग जाएगा. So if your overall bill comes as, let's say,
Hmm.
3 lakh rupees, proportionately, whatever that 2,000 divided by 7,000, that is the overall amount that you will have to pay, about 20% on from your pocket.
Okay. So
It's a very,
essentially वो पूरा जो percentage है of the difference
yeah,
between the general room and the suite room, that
correct.
percentage is what you will have to pay as an extra,
Yeah, and not 2,000
even if
rupees,
it
which was
falls into
result.
your sum insured, even if the bill
Yeah,
falls inside your sum
yeah.
insured.
Some sure.
That is crazy. I mean, us being so into this field also, it takes us a minute to realize ki what is happening here. I'm assuming the laymen who have bought this, उनको तो समझ ही नहीं आएगा कि क्या हो रहा है उनके साथ.
Yeah. So this is actually one of the biggest, I think, uh, you know, obviously you take somewhere, sometimes customers take room rent capping and or single private room just because of the cost of
Hmm.
insurance is very high. But
Right.
that's all is fine. We totally, but if the customer is aware, fully aware, then it's good. But this is actually never told to the customers on face and what the
Right.
problems in future it can create. So I think
It's
these are
always
my top
sucky.
four.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect. I think thank you so much for sharing this. I'm pretty sure everyone who's listening to this is going to really appreciate the advice and the list. Thanks a lot, Harsh, once again for doing this. And I think what you're doing here at NIVO Money and what you're creating is going to have a great impact in the way India handles their finances and makes money, and will probably make money stress free from them for them. So thank you so much for doing this, and
thank you
thank
so
you
much.
so much for taking out the time, Harsh. Once
Thanks,
again,
guys.
thank you.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
You too. Bye bye.